Hi Australia, I miss you. I wanted to go last year and I couldn't because of the COVID situation, and I'm really hoping that I can come out next year and do fringes and shows and see lots and lots of people that I love and care about. I know that you've got a number of lockdowns going on right now, and I've heard a lot of complaining about them from my friends and people I know in Australia. And first of all, if you're complaining because you'd planned a fancy meal out or a birthday party, a wedding, a massive scale orgy, a holiday, whatever it is, and you've had to cancel it or postpone it, then that's totally reasonable. Complain, get that out of your system. That's how we deal with bad news and how we process things. But if you are one of these people, and I'm afraid I've seen quite a lot of them, who's complaining because, why are we having a lockdown when there's only 1 or 2 cases? Why are we having a lockdown when there's not very many cases? Then you have absolutely failed to understand how infectious diseases work. The whole global pandemic started with 1 case. And I am an absolute witness to what happened in the UK, where when there were a few cases, they went, no, we don't want to rush into a lockdown. Let's wait and see what happens. We know what happens with infectious diseases. More people get infected. It spreads. And then you end up with a situation like we had in the UK, where basically everyone I know in the UK has had a friend or a relative die of COVID. Over 100,000 deaths in the UK, including people who were near and dear to me, and lots of friends of mine have lost family members. It's a huge deal. So I'm sorry that it's difficult and a nuisance, but when it comes to lockdowns to prevent the disease getting into your community, honestly, suck it up. Because the other thing that happened in the UK when we didn't do that, when we ignored all that advice and decided we'd hang around and wait till it was really bad before we had a lockdown, is it was way too late for the lockdown to be effective. There is always somebody who can't stick to lockdown, because of real, reasonable reasons, or because they're not willing to do it, whatever. And so once you get to a certain threshold level, you can never get COVID out of your community. And it's just a question of waiting until vaccinations come around, or waiting until basically everybody has had it. And it's horrible. It's really horrible. And as a result of the huge numbers of cases in the UK, we also have ended up with variants which are now stronger, and which I know has caused some of the problems that you've got right now. And I'm really sorry about that, because it is totally not okay. And you might have heard that, no, it's the Indian variant, it's the Delta variant that's the problem. But you are aware, right, that the Delta variant is a problem because it started with the UK variant and that spread over to India and then it mutated again. So it's still the UK's fault, much like, let's just say, pretty much 99% of the historic problems in India. But let's leave that to one side for now. There is an end to this. That's the other reason why people are struggling. How are we going to get out of this? There is an end to this, and it's called vaccination. And I know there are low vaccination take-up rates in Australia, and listen to me, it's easy for you to be worried about the vaccination because you haven't seen anybody die of COVID. You haven't seen friends and relatives be ill. I also have friends who've had long COVID where they've been unwell for 6 months, where they're still not recovered, they still can't work properly. It's real and it's horrendous. And yes, there might be side effects from the vaccines. I've had the AstraZeneca one and I had a sore arm for a couple of days. I was quite stiff and achy. I guess I was kind of fluish for maybe a day. Totally worth it. Totally worth it to be protected against this. And if you could all take up the vaccine, then it will soon become much easier for people like me to come and bring my shows to Australia and see so many of you that I really want to see, and also for you to travel and work and visit the rest of the world, as I'm sure many of you want to do. So yeah, it's okay to complain, but also suck it up, because this is the right thing to do. And hopefully if we all take the vaccine, it won't be long now till this really is over, but this really is a lot different. See you next week.